This is why I train in martial arts. Killed her boyfriend by forcing bleach down his throat. And not only did she do something like that that's so horrendous, she thought it was funny. Check this out.
Such disturbing details emerged tonight in a shocking murder case. Yasmin Elder is charged with first-degree murder. She's accused of pinning her boyfriend down and forcing him to drink bleach. The victim's sister talked exclusively with Fox 32 News. Our Craig Wall is live outside the Cook County Jail tonight, where Elder is being held on bail. Craig.
Now, I never knew that you could actually kill somebody by forcing them to drink bleach. Let me move me out the way so we can hear from him.
Yeah, John, this has really stunned the family of Darius Ellis. They cannot believe that he was murdered, but they're also even more stunned by the vicious way in which it happened. Now they're seeking justice, and they're trying to figure out how to break the news to his 5-year-old son.
Just painful. One of the worst things that ever happened to me, period.
Amber Ellis is in mourning after the bleach poisoning death of her brother, 26-year-old Darius Ellis. Prosecutors say he was in his van parked near 65th and Bishop when he got into an argument with his girlfriend, 24-year-old Yasmin Elder. She is accused of grabbing Ellis by his dreadlocks and then pinning him on the floor between the seats with her knee.
That's a good thing about being bald, and that's why in the military they make you cut your hair, because you can grab people by the hair and use it as a handle to position them in different places, and it makes it easier for you to hurt or worse them. So you guys that want to walk around wearing these dreads and stuff like that, it actually makes you more vulnerable. It doesn't make you more manly. It makes you more vulnerable. And that's why some people even tell women not to have long hair, because if you have long hair, it can get grabbed. And if you take a class, martial arts class, you can learn how to get out of hair grabs and how to fight if somebody's on top of you trying to pin you.
The two then struggled over a bottle of bleach.
The defendant then was able to gain control of the bottle. The defendant then poured the bleach on the victim's face, dousing him and causing the bleach to go down his throat.
Prosecutors say Ellis was 5'7" and weighed 130 pounds. His girlfriend, 5'3", 207.
Now, see, she had about 70 pounds on him, even though she was shorter. That's why we have weight classes in combative sports, because it makes a difference. And he didn't look like a very muscular guy. I bet if they kept it standing, he would have been able to fight her off. But because they were in a grappling position, she probably got the jump on him. Plus, I'm sure he didn't really want to hurt her anyway. He didn't think it was going to go there. With her superior weight and superior position, she was able to kill that man.
The attack, Ellis drove to a friend's house nearby where he collapsed and started foaming at the mouth. Before he died, he told the friend Elder was the one responsible. Prosecutors said Elder was later confronted by one of Ellis's relatives.
The defendant admitted to the witness to pouring bleach on the victim and then laughed at the witness as she was informed of the victim's condition and that the victim might die.
Amber Ellis said her brother was the kind of guy who made everybody's day better. Now she's worried about what the future holds for his 5-year-old son, Tony.
He really doesn't know exactly what's going on. He's actually asking for him as we speak. He just wants his father back so he can get piggyback rides and that partner to play the game. And it's just heartbreaking because it's like, what am I to tell him?
I tell you what you tell him. You need to tell him to take a martial arts class. He's little. Start him off with some judo first, because he's that young. And then switch him over to some taekwondo or karate. And put some boxing in there too. If you're near me, send your kid to me. Because I also go over awareness and what type of people to avoid.
Prosecutors say when Elder was arrested, she had a bleach burn on her hand. Today, a judge ordered her held on $1 million bail. Jeff.
Craig Wall.
Oh, I got much more to say than I'm going to say in this capture. So I'm going to get right to it. Now, this thing, the most disturbing part of the story is that the woman thought it was funny that her ex-boyfriend was going to die because she forced him to drink bleach. You know, I got a million stories. That reminds me of a time when I was on the bus, when I was living in Oxon Hill, and there was a woman on the bus who was laughing, yucking it up with her friend about how she got 2 people killed. She was rejoicing about it like it was the good old days. And she was literally talking about how she manipulated somebody into murdering 2 people for her. And she really thought it was funny. She was so far gone that her friend was creeped out. I was creeped out. Everybody else on the bus was creeped out. But you know what? Nobody said anything. Now, normally, up until that point, I would have said something, even though I didn't know her. I wouldn't have cared. I'd have said something to her, risk possibly being killed myself just because I'd have been so disgusted by the evil. But at that point, back then, I had got to a point where I just felt like I'm tired of being the person to say something all the time because all I get is flack and hostility. So I decided to sit back. I was just like, I'm going to just see if somebody else says something. And nobody else did. I can understand why. And she was a big lady too. And maybe my courage could be, I don't want to say false courage, but in a way phony courage, because I know I'm big enough to handle her. So if she tries to do anything, I can do something back. And I know I'm big and strong enough and trained enough that if she tried to get somebody to do something to me, unless they're shooting at me, I could do something back. Or even if they're shooting at me, I could probably still avoid it and then go back later. So that's kind of a phoniness on my part, I have to admit, because it's like, of course, how much courage does it take for you to be, confrontational when you know you're strong physically? It takes more courage to be confrontational when you know you're physically weak. That's a real risk. So, but I just got tired of it. I got tired of being the one to say something. It's like I'm tired of the violence in the world. So, and another thing, they want to know what to tell a little boy. Tell them to avoid violent. Don't hang around with violent people and people who think it's funny when other people get hurt. Now I know we all laugh, somebody falls, ha ha ha, something like that. But I'm talking about like people that like laugh at car accidents, that laugh at death. There's something wrong there with that. If you're hanging out with somebody and they laugh at something that makes you feel a little creepy, there's something wrong with them. And on the flip side of that, if you're laughing at something and you're making other people feel creepy, then there's something wrong with you. So, if you want to learn how to defend yourself against these violent psychopaths, we're going to pull you by your dreads, force you in between parts of a vehicle, sit on top of you and pour bleach down your throat. You need to learn and kick and punch and throw.
Would you fight for mama flow? Cecil, do you taekwondo? Would you kick, punch and throw? Cecil, do you taekwondo? Would you fight for mama flow? Cecil, do you taekwondo? Would you kick, punch and throw? Cecil, do you taekwondo? Would you fight for mama flow? Cecil, do you taekwondo?